So, good afternoon, Grenade Fit Insta. So, what I'm going to cover, something I covered on my own Instagram a week ago and I got quite a good response from, was training around the cycle. So, what I'm going to talk about is two phases here, the follicular phase and the luteal phase. So, the follicular phase being the first phase, and that comprises of week 1 and week 2. So we'll talk about that. So the follicular phase is the beginning of the cycle. So the cycle obviously starts with what I call sort of the shit bit. So that's the menses, i.e. the beginning of bleeding. So with most women, this typically lasts about 5 to 7 days. Some women that are more fortunate, it's a bit shorter. And some women are less fortunate, it's a bit longer. So obviously this cycle is just your typical generic cycle. I know a lot of ladies have different cycles, and I know that with certain clients of mine. So we're going to talk about week 1. So this is obviously not one of the best weeks to train. This is stuff as well that you want to be looking at doing lighter circuits sort of training, not smashing the weights too much, maybe even a bit of lifts, so low intensity, steady state cardio, or maybe even just resting, but it's completely up to you. Some ladies, this week does not affect their training at all. So after that stops the bleed. So we're going to go into week 2 where things get a lot better. So if someone's in a fat loss phase as well, I would promote them to sort of do their weight checks or measurements in that week. So, and what I mean by doing that is doing that monthly in maybe week 2 of their cycle. So doing it once a month instead of doing scales here, scales there, then going on to week 4 and scales again. When there could be obviously an increase in weight due to PMS week, and then you come into menses week as well. So personally with my clients, we like to do measurements, and if they are going to do weight checks, it's once a month. And it's in normally with these 2 good weeks. So we're in week 2. These are good weeks. This is a good week. So like I said, good week, do weight check and measurements. So day 14 typically tends to be ovulation. So this is going to come into week 3 now. So we're still in a good phase of the cycle. And what typically happens after ovulation as well, we get an increased BMR of 180 calories a day. So most ladies will burn that each day. So this is quite good for a fat loss phase. So, and what I mean by that, you're going to obviously burn more calories in that week. So that's when serotonin starts to drop off as well, which I'll talk about a bit later in week 4. So we've gone through week 3. That's been quite a good week as well to train. Week 4. So this is the beginning of PMS. This is what I call the second shit week of the cycle. So low serotonin levels affect mood, social behaviour, appetite. Most ladies typically want to crave carbs. So we can have interference with digestion as well, and we can have sleep issues as well. So as you can imagine, like I said earlier, if you do weight here, not the best, do it here, good, hit PMS, and then you do a weight check there, things are probably, it might spiral for yourself, but literally, it's just because it's that week and it's that part of the cycle. So, I hope that's a little bit of insight for training around the cycle and doing maybe, if you're in a fat loss phase, around the cycle as well, when to do weight checks and measurements, do it in these 2 good weeks. So, that's me from Grenade Fit. I hope that gives a little bit of help.